And good evening, Savannah and the Coastal Empire. That's right. I'm running a little behind schedule. I was taking too many left turns because the show in front of me didn't know how to slow down. But that's right. Every Wednesday night, you can listen to Rubbin' and Grubbin' with Brandon Bain, the Atlanta man, doing a great job talking all things NASCAR. And I got pushed back to the back of the pack. But I'm back here again. It's going to be a short opening. I got about 3 minutes. Got a great show lined up. And once again, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, August 21st, 2024, right here at Coach's Corner, the center of the sports universe. And, of course, right here on the Soundgarden stage, like I say every week, I know I'm a broken record. I'm not going to sing for you, but it's nice to be here. We had the Savannah State football team enjoying a meal together, which John Henderson once again put on a great show. So it's good to be here. You know, football season start. We got week number 1 in the books, some big games, some big scores. And, of course, we know, teams won, teams didn't win. But you know what? They come back and they play week number 2 starting Friday night. Just to give you a quick recap, last Thursday night at Pooler Stadium, New Hampstead beat South Effingham 56-35. Friday night, we had Bradwell in the rivalry against Liberty County, won 11-3. That's 2 years in a row for Bradwell. Calvary took care of Beach 27-0. McIntosh Academy 22, Islands nothing. Lowndes 49, Jenkins 7, Bryan County 20, Johnson 12. Comeback win for the Redskins. Savannah Christian all over Whitfield Academy 35-7. Charlotte Country Day edges out Savannah Country Day 22-21. Long bus ride for Hornets. And to come up short, I mean, it's a heartbreaker. Frederica Academy beats Savannah High 55-12. Edmund Burke 42, St. Andrews nothing. Citizens Christian 30, Memorial Day School 8. First 8-man football game for Memorial Day School. And then, of course, Saturday night over at the Irk Russell Classic, Benedictine lost to Rayburn Gap Nakuchi out of North Carolina 41-17. So that's what happened last Friday night. Last Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. We got a lot of stuff going on this week. We got a whole slate coming up for you on Friday night. I'll get to that later on in the show. But like I said, it's going to be short and sweet. That's the intro. Don't forget, we got volleyball going on. We got cross country going on. We got softball going on. You name it, we got it going on. Flag football is going to start soon. So I got to, all the notes I prepared for my first segment go out the window because I was drafting too much. But we'll be back with my first guest. That's right. Every week we have 2 guests. First guest, new guy. Tradition on the Karl DeMasi Sports Report is introduce the Savannah community to the new guys, the new girls that take up the job as our sports reporters for our local TV stations. The first one up, because there's 2 new guys, the first one up from WSAV is Colby Zach. He's the assistant to Joey Lamar. You'll see him on the Thursday Night Blitz. You'll see him on the Friday Night Blitz. You'll see him roaming the streets, just like he's hanging out in the hometown of Minnesota, the home state of Minnesota. But we'll talk to him in about 3 minutes. Once again, stay tuned. Up first will be our WSAV new sports reporter, Colby Zach, and the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week will be on at 7:30. That's senior wide receiver running back for the New Hampstead Phoenix, Kamari Maxwell. 3 minutes. Promise you'll be right back.
Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden. Now, more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and Italian.
Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Weatherton Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Weatherington at the Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back, sports fans, to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, heard every Wednesday night live on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, right here at Coach's Corner, because it's all part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network. And I've been doing this since April of 2020, 4 years straight. A lot of fun. Made the jump from Saturday mornings to Wednesday nights. Gives me a little more time to do things with the family on Saturdays, and I'm happy to be here. And what is the Karl DeMasi Sports Report all about? It's all sports, all local, all the time. And I try to highlight as much of the Savannah area sports as I can find, but there's always enough to find. So I'm glad to be here on a Wednesday night. And it's been a tradition of mine to introduce, when I was doing the radio and now I'm doing the internet show, the new guys, the new girls that are part of the sports scene. Okay, WSAV has a new, I guess you would say, sports reporter. He's working for the sports director, or WSAV, and the sports director, Joey Lamar. He comes from Minnesota, raised in Hastings, Minnesota, okay? Always wanted to move to a city warmer than up there in Minnesota. Savannah's very warm, okay? He has a passion for sports, developed at a young age. We'll give him a break. He's new. Minnesota Vikings, the Timberwolves, the Twins, the Wild, and Mizzou Tigers. He's going to learn about the SEC right here in Savannah, Georgia, because of the Georgia Bulldogs, okay? So he started his career back reporting for the Hastings Community Television during his high school years. He attended the University of Missouri, where he worked at KOMU in various roles, including sports anchor, sports reporter, news reporter, floor director, live camera operator, custodian, you name it, he did it, okay? But he's here now in Savannah. Joining me on the Coach's Hot Seat, I'd like you to meet, he's been here since July of 2024, of course, is sports reporter for WSAV. They're on your side, Colby Zach. What's up, Colby?
Thank you so much for that intro. I don't think that my custodian skills are quite there yet, but I did do everything else. So,
well, it sounded like in your bio that you did everything.
I did. Yeah, I kind of wanted to dip my toes in kind of everything. I started at Hastings Community Television in Minnesota right after high school. Did that for a summer. Worked on a lot of feature stories, and then once I got to Missouri, freshman year, I started live opping and floor directing at the NBC affiliate there, KOMU. And I always knew that I wanted to get into sports over anything. So I started shooting as much sports as I can. Started with shooting high school, got a little bit better at shooting, was able to do Missouri Tiger games, which I know it's not quite Georgia level, but they're getting there. So shot as much of that as I could, learn how to produce sports, learn how to anchor sports and everything around that. I also news reported for 2 years, news anchored a little bit, but that was a little much. I like sports a little bit more because someone always wins. So.
Okay, I got double, you know, I'm a one-man show here, so I got a double sound coming in here. Trying to figure out where it's coming from. I found it. There it is. Took care of it.
You good?
Sorry, people. I'm the host I'm the producer, I'm the director, I'm the technical solver. So I had two things going in one time. But Colby can tell you about when that happens. It drives you crazy. So, but anyway, I'm glad you can make it here. So from the time you left Missouri, to the time you got Savannah, what were you doing in between?
Well, so there actually wasn't too much of a downtime because I just graduated in May with a degree in broadcast journalism. And then so from right there, I kind of hit my job search. I kind of applied everywhere. I knew that I wanted to go somewhere warmer. Or like if I could go back home, that'd be great. But Minneapolis is a huge market, so it might take a little bit. But like I saw an opening in Savannah with the NBC affiliate down here. It's like that would be perfect. Talked to Joey, talked to our news director, and then got hired a few days later. So I graduated, and then less than a month later accepted the position, drove 17 hours with all my belongings in my 2016 Ford Fusion, and started a new life here. And it's been amazing ever since.
Well, it's quite a change from Hastings and Columbia. Okay. So was this did Savannah draw you into this, or was it just a job that was opening? And what are your expectations going to be here now that you're one of the sports reporters in the area of Savannah, Georgia?
Well, so I think a big thing that drew me in the first place was just the market and the unbelievable amount of teams that there are. I mean, like I have a lot of experience shooting in the SEC with Mizzou, got to cover the Cotton Bowl last year in Dallas, Texas, when they beat Ohio State. That was great. But now coming here, covering Georgia, covering South Carolina, covering Clemson, on top of all the NFL coverage, Jaguars, Falcons, Panthers. It's very, very hard to turn down like that. There are bigger cities in other places, but some only have a few sports teams. I really wanted to hit the ground running, and everywhere you look, there's something to cover. Baseball, Braves, and a whole ton of local stuff too. It's just been basically the dream to start out and do a little bit of everything.
All right, so Joey's your boss, the sports director. So what responsibilities have they given to Colby Zach? Is it just doing the sports, or they're going to send you out in the storms and all that other stuff?
Well, so I'm the weekend sports anchor. So on Saturdays and Sundays, I'll kind of take the lead and then anchor. And then during the week, help report with Joey. But there are certain things like hurricanes, for example, that I didn't, obviously in the middle of Missouri and in Minnesota, kind of in the middle of the U.S., did not have to experience. But once it hit here, people were saying like, you and Joey are actually some of the first people that we send out. And I was kind of like laughing it off. I was like, yeah, sure we are. And then they're like, no, we're not joking. And then it happened just a few weeks later. So I got sent out with a reporter, and we went to Richmond Hill, somewhere around there, and the whole big area was flooded. But luckily I've had 4 years of experience as a camera op, so I was able to get some good shots of that and have some good experience there while all the fields were flooded and there was no sports. So got to right away experience some of the worst rain Savannah's had in decades.
It was bad. Okay. All right. So you've been a lifelong Vikings, Timberwolves, Twins, Wild, and of course, Missouri Tiger fan. Share a memorable moment from those specific teams that resonated with you that makes you want to be a sports journalist.
Well, right away, I have to just think about the Minneapolis Miracle. I think it's one of the best plays in the history of any sport. I remember watching it at my house with my dad, all of my brothers and my brother's friends, and we had kind of given up on the game a little bit, but we were like watching it with our fingers crossed. And I don't remember a group of 10 people making a louder noise than when Diggs caught it, hit that sideline, and ran out. None of us could believe it. Of course, in true Vikings fashion, they went and got crushed by the Eagles the next game. But for Minnesota sports, not that bad. It was a great moment. And just to hear that Joe Buck call, Diggs, sideline, touchdown, unbelievable. It's just sometimes I get good dreams about it. So
now, have you gotten anything like that down here yet? I mean, you've been covering a lot of high school sports. You got your first test last week of Georgia high school football. Anything exciting so far in the good old SAV?
I've loved everything that I've covered. Honestly, I haven't been able to do a ton of games yet. I was at the Liberty County rivalry, which I was able to do a great story about the week before. And one thing that was awesome about that game, my first introduction for shooting high school down here at all, and there was 2 safeties in 3 defensive plays, and the score was 4-0. So I looked up and I already saw a scoreboard that I've never seen before, and I was there for all of 15 minutes. So that was really interesting, and I just noticed that people care about it here. They live and breathe football, and just the interviews that I've been able to get, the people I've been able to meet and connect with have been amazing, and they just really rich culture, and they all love the game. So it's been really easy on my part.
And if you're just tuning in, it's the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, heard every Wednesday night on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're talking to the new WSAV sports reporter, weekend anchor. I want to make sure I get that in there. Colby Zach, straight out of Minnesota, then Missouri, now in Savannah. So he put all his belongings on him, trekked 17 hours to get here, and he's excited about being here. So 2 months in Savannah, Georgia. What do you like the most about this quaint little city on the coast of the Atlantic?
I would say just the looks of it. It's beautiful. It's the most gorgeous city I've ever been in. I had the privilege of coming here when I was about 14, because for a U14 national tennis tournament that was in Columbia, we came to Savannah for a day, Charleston for a day. And so I remember, like, in my mind, I pictured the city kind of when I was applying for jobs. I remembered how great it was, how much fun I had. And coming here, also the weather, like the weather in Missouri goes up and down, up and down, up and down. Minnesota's kind of flat lines down. But Savannah's been, I've had to adjust. I think you can tell I'm a little red because I basically get sunburnt every time that I walk out the door. Getting some of that Minnesota pale off, but it's been great. I'm really excited for the fall and not having to shoot through snow or anything like that, and just being able to dress comfortably. But everything's been amazing.
Well, make sure you got a lot of rain gear there, buddy. So
yeah, I had to buy rain boots when we went to go cover. We actually had these nice rain jackets come in 2 days before the hurricane hit that we ordered like a month before. So that worked out just perfectly. But hopefully I won't have to do much more of that.
So have you had time to do something outside of working, reporting sports while you've been here in Savannah for 2 months?
Yeah, no, it's great to just go downtown in general and kind of walk around and take in everything. I mean, the places to eat too are incredible. I haven't had really good seafood in my life, being in the middle of Missouri, and then other than walleye and bass and Minnesota lakes, but to come here and have fresh seafood like that has been really awesome. I've liked it a lot.
All right, now if you weren't listening and you're just joining in, this young man jumped out of Missouri, the University of Missouri, graduated, got a job here in Savannah, Georgia. So if there are young athletes or young people listening, what advice would you give to young aspiring sportscasters who want to follow a similar path to yours, especially those considered moving to a different part of the country at the last minute?
I would say you just got to go out and get it. I mean, a lot of it is like sports in general. Go for the opportunities that you have and give it everything you have. I mean, say yes to everything. That's what I've been able to do. Like, oh, can you go shoot this? Can you go shoot that? Will you help with this? Yes, yes, yes. And you keep learning from there. Like the amount of skills that I have in terms of shooting, scripting, everything from news and sports, that helped me a ton, because maybe if a sports thing doesn't work, I can fall back on some news and try to get into sports. And it's all about finding your place. You never know what you're going to like. Some people like written journalism more. Some people like broadcast. I met a ton of people that went from broadcast to advertising. It's all finding out kind of your niche and what you like to do. And that's really easy when you do everything. So that's definitely what I recommend.
All right. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I'll be joining you tomorrow again on the Thursday Night Blitz, WSAV, every Thursday night, 10 o'clock. Is that on the CW?
I'm excited for that. Yes, it is on the CW at 10.
And we'll give you some of our predictions, which I didn't do too good last week. But anyway, if you need anything, let me know. Pleasure meeting you, and have a lot of fun the next couple of weeks, because it's going to get really busy.
I'm excited for it. It's already starting up right now, and we're going to keep rolling through the fall. So,
all right, Colby, thanks for coming on. I'll see you tomorrow.
Of course. I'll see you tomorrow.
Young guy, I didn't even know that, graduated in May from the University of Missouri, gets in his car, goes 17 hours to his first real-time sports journalist job on TV, because he did it at college here in Savannah, Georgia. Good guy, young guy, energetic, and you can see he loves what he's doing, and that's it. young sports reporters do. I mean, they're going to get their start somewhere, and maybe this will lead to something bigger and better for him. Not right away. I know Joey's not wishing that right away, but once again, you can check him out tomorrow night, 10 o'clock, the Thursday Night Blitz with yours truly, Joey Lamar, Andrew Davis, and Colby Zach, giving you our thoughts about big games coming up this week. So once again, thanks for that new guy to Savannah, Georgia, coming on. All right, another big part of the show, the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. This young man, the last couple of years, has made a name for himself. He's scored a lot of touchdowns. He opened up the season with over 100 yards receiving. So it's going to be a lot of fun talking to this kid because he's one of the top high school football players to watch this season. And this week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from New Hampstead High School, the Phoenix, will be Kamari Maxwell. We'll be back in 3 minutes. Stay tuned. Don't miss out. This kid's a beast.
Hey, sports fans, looking for the ultimate sports and entertainment destination in Savannah, Georgia? Look no further than Coach's Corner. At Coach's Corner, you'll find everything you need for a great time, including TVs everywhere, so you can catch all the latest sporting events, an outdoor seating area, perfect for enjoying a drink or a meal on a warm day, a wide array of drink options from beers to cocktails, a comprehensive sports schedule so you can cheer on your favorite teams year-round, prompt service even when it's crowded, a fun and lively atmosphere perfect for letting loose with your friends, and of course, delicious food, from famous chicken wings, hamburgers, to delectable calzones and pizzas. Coach's Corner menu is sure to satisfy your cravings. In addition to all this, Coach's Corner also features an upgraded sound garden, now with more seats, more bars, and an upgraded sound system. It's the perfect spot for hundreds of fans to gather and enjoy the latest local bands, tribute acts, and rising stars. So what are you waiting for? Join us at Coach's Corner for the ultimate sports, music, and culinary experience. Coach's Corner can't wait to see you soon. Remember, Coach's Corner is located at 3016 Victory Drive, right in Thunderbolt, Georgia, and on the World Wide Web at coaches.net. Remember, Coach's Corner, where every day is game day.
Calvary Day School, we want our students to be fully equipped and on the cutting edge of academics, making a difference in our world. Your child will grow academically, physically, socially, and spiritually. At Calvary Day School, it is so good to say we are one school with one mission and one vision: faith, academics, excellence, and building champions through Christ at Calvary Day School. We would consider it a privilege to meet with you and your family personally. Call Alicia Bain, Director of Admissions, at 351-2299. That's 351-2299. Yo, you still want some real New York Italian food? Bada bing, bada boom. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering is open at 7630 Skidaway Road, Tuesday through Saturday from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., serving breakfast and lunch right here in Savannah, Georgia. Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering has been serving the public for over 3 years. Now, if you want Rocky's New York Deli and Italian Catering goods delivered to your door, go online to SavannahTakeout.com or DoorDash.com, or just pick up the phone and call 912-354-2914. That's right, 912-354-2914. Kabish, and remember, we ain't New York style. We are New York at Rocky's New York Deli and
Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic. Your back hurts, another body part hurts all the time. It makes you mad. The pain drives you crazy. You just want to pick something up and throw it across the room? If you can. At the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic, you get complete chiropractic care and pain relief to help you move better, have a less painful life, and of course, achieve a healthier lifestyle. The Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic is now located at 2 locations in Savannah, Georgia, at 329 Eisenhower Drive and in Pooler at 114 Canal Street, Suite 603. So visit Dr. Bart Wetherington at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic for all your chiropractic needs.
And welcome back to the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, right here on the Coach's Corner Sports Network, on the Soundgarden stage, talking with local sportscasters, people involved with the sports in the area, and what other better way than to talking to our local kids. And that's what the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week is all about. These are kids that have done something special, have made a name for themselves, and it's a favorite part of my show. That's why I started this way back when, and I still continue it on the internets and on the prepsportsreport.com. Check it out. Well, sports fans, I got to tell you, this kid is worthy of the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. He's a true playmaker. He's a senior wide receiver / running back at New Hampstead High School. In game number 1 against South Effingham, he had 7 catches for 117 yards and a touchdown and 1 carry for 42 yards. Like I said in the intro or at the outro of the last segment, He's a beast on the field, and he's a player to watch. I mean, he's been featured in the Savannah Morning News. He's been featured in the Prep Sports Report. Last season, this guy racked up 40 catches, 734 yards, and 9 touchdowns, plus 294 yards rushing with 4 more scores. He's drawing attention from Bucknell, Lehigh, Austin Peay, Kent State, Shorter University, and Coach Hockman calls him electric, and it's easy to see why when you watch him on that football field. And he's on the other end of Rashawn Truell's passes. So keep your eyes on this kid. This week's Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week, and he's also a super member of the Super 22 at a WJCL All 22 football team, and he's coming from New Hampstead High School. This week's guest, Kamari Maxwell. Kamari, how's it going? Thanks for coming on.
How you doing, Coach?
Hey, talking to kids like you, that's what makes my day. First of all, great career so far. I know your senior season is not over, but proud. I mean, players to watch, Savannah Morning News, Prep Sports Report, the All WJCL 22 team. Pretty exciting, eh? Kamari, are you there?
Yes, sir.
There you go. I can hear you now. Okay. So you've had an incredible high school career up to this point. Impressive stats, both as a receiver and a running back. What do you credit most for your success on a football field?
I would most likely credit most of my success from the receiving end of it. You know, I could play anything on the field, but I feel like I get most of my glory from receiver, catching the ball, running the rock.
So, I mean, your versatility on offense is an asset for the Phoenix. I mean, you're a big part of the offense. How do you prepare yourself to excel both as a receiver as a running back?
You know, I just go through the week, just getting ready for the game. I have to do my ability to do anything on the field. You know, if I got to run, return, catch balls, I'm going to do anything. Really do what I got to do. Win games with my team.
Well, you're keeping them in the games, and I know we'll talk about the big one you got coming up this week. But Coach Hockman mentioned in Dennis Knight's article that you're an electric player. You can do anything needed on offense. How do you stay prepared mentally and physically to step into those roles for your team? 1 minute he asks you to run the ball, the next minute he asks you to catch the ball. How do you prepare for that mentally?
You know, I just go week by week, ready to do anything. Like I said, ready to run the ball, do what I got to do, return things. I'm just ready for everything. Like practice, I'm going hard, making sure I practice on every little thing. What I have to do.
Have they ever asked you to play defense?
Yeah, I played free safety too in corner.
Okay, so if he needs you, he's going to throw you out there. All right. So from what I read and from what I gathered, you received offers from Bucknell, Lehigh, Austin Peay, Kent State. What are you considering? What factors are you considering on making a college choice?
I'm just looking for a place where, you know, I could maybe get a chance to stay my first year and brotherhood or home, like my home.
Nice. So if you're just tuning in, you're watching the Karl DeMasi Sports Report on the Coach's Corner Sports Network. We're at the Wetherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week. We're talking to senior wide receiver, running back, defensive back, whatever Coach Hockman needs to do from New Hampstead High School, Kamari Maxwell, okay? So besides every great athlete, great student, great player is your family. How's your family supported you, influenced you throughout your football journey? Are there any moments that stand out or that you can give them credit for making you that student athlete that you are now?
Yes, sir. You know, my family's like a big factor in all this. You know, I wouldn't be and like for this moment. I give thanks. Like, remember,
Okay, you're breaking up there. So once again, I missed the last part of it with your family. Can you reiterate that?
No, like my family, they helped me get here. Like I couldn't ask for better family to be part of. I'm blessed to have them every day.
Nice. Okay, so looking back on last season, okay, what were some of the biggest challenges you faced as a junior, and how did you overcome them and put up those strong numbers?
I would say one of the biggest things I faced was the beginning of the season. I like my route running and like I was going over plays. Like at the beginning of the season, coming in as a sophomore, my first year starting like full time, I struggled a little bit, but as the season prolonged, I got better at it. So like as you can see my stats, like I really came into the role and did what I had to do for my team.
You sure did. And tell us something. And I know I didn't put this down on the question list to prepare you, but off the list, tell us something. What's so special about being at the other end of Rashawn Trule's passes? What's so special between you? A quarterback has to have a top receiver. A top receiver has to believe in his quarterback. What's so special between you two?
We have a great bond, like on and off the field. Like, on the field, we just like in practice, we go over everything we want to like before the game. So when it comes game time, it's like we've been practicing like our whole lives for this. Like, we go over it, we talk a lot, we watch film together, we go to the field like every weekend, we do what we got to do so we're on the same page when it comes game time and when it comes crunch time when it really matters.
Nice. And as far as him throwing the ball, what's so special about him?
I ain't gonna lie, like to be honest, like he's one of the best quarterbacks I've had. Like he's great, and I see him going really far in the sport. Like I wish the best for him after this. Hopefully, we might play together. I don't know, but no, he's very talented. Couldn't have a quarterback.
Nice, and he puts the ball right on the money, right?
Money.
Or like you said, he can thread the dime, right? So, all right, this season. I mean, the Phoenix schedule is demanding. I mean, just looking at your schedule, you started off with South Effingham. Now you go Savannah Christian. I mean, one game after another. Then you got a region that's full of perennial state champions and former state champions. So, how do you see, and how do you and your teammates see, or how do you and your teammates deal with this schedule that's so challenging?
We've been working since spring. We work summer, and we work now. Like we've been working for it. Like we're not like we're a young team, but we've been working like to this point to like kill all them teams. We've been working hard, like in off season, working hard, going at each other's throats, like trying to make everybody better. Because we're only as strong as our weakest link. Like we're only going to be as strong as the weakest person on the team. So I just think we got to just make sure we stay the same way throughout the season, and I feel like we can beat everybody on the schedule.
All right, with this being your senior year, what personal goals do you have? We're only got 1 week under our belt, and what are the team goals have you guys set for yourself over there for that New Hampstead football program?
Team goals, since my last, I'm trying to win state. I've been wanting to do that. In the previous years, we came up short, but I feel like this year we got a chance. Some personal goals I got. Personal goals, I'm going to try to get like 25 touchdowns, 3,000 all-purpose, 1,500 receiving. I want to get all-state player of the year. I think this is probably more about kick.
Hey, you got to reach for the stars, and you got a chance of doing that with your talent and your ability, and you got the other guy on the other end throwing you the ball or handing you the ball, so it could happen. So anybody else on the team, any other specific group you want to give a shout out to, like the linemen? If you don't have the linemen blocking for Truel, you're not going to get the ball. Anybody else you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I like to give people, on the defensive side, Antoine, I feel like he's underrated. He's a big team. Our middle linebacker, Cameron Blake Mazes, he just got his first offer today. I'm real proud of him. And like he gets out of side real fast. And another guy on the offensive side, Mason Brown. His first year starting.
You're going to have to count on him. Okay. Now, the man behind the scenes, you got to play for him 3 years going into your 4th season. Tell us about Coach Hockman and the coaching staff at New Hampstead and how they've helped you get where you are right now.
I've been with Coach Hockman since I was in 8th grade. He's, again, like my family. He's like where I'm at today. I couldn't be where I'm at today without him. coach. So I love all my coaches. They've treated me well since I've been at New Hampstead, and I only wish the best for them. Like going on to my next chapter in my life. But Coach Hartman, like, he gets on me sometimes. I might do most of the times, but like I know he does it because like he loves me and he wants me to do the best I can. He wants me to go far with this, and I feel like he can really see that.
Now, you being that young 8th grader, who are you looking up to when you came into this program? What other players stood out that have either they're still now or have graduated that you tried to be like?
I would say probably he was when I was in 8th grade. He was out there hard every day. Actually, now I train with him now.
All right. Like I said, you were that little 8th grader once. Now you're the senior. What advice would you give to younger players who look up to you and aspire to play and get to the level that you're hoping to get after this season?
I'll probably tell you, working, head down. You're going to go through tough times. Nothing's going to be perfect. You got to just keep grinding. You want it more than anybody else. Not you.
Well, Kamari, you've done a great job. You've worked hard. You deserve the recognition you're getting. I just hope you guys got a tough schedule, and and their projections, they project you guys missing out. And I hope it doesn't happen because you guys got so much talent, and I know you guys are feeling that you're the left out team. You got to go out there and prove them wrong, right, buddy?
Sure.
Well, good luck Friday night. You got a test with Savannah Christian over there at Pula Stadium. Best of luck, and thanks for coming on. And I'll be talking to you. And that scholarship will come. You'll find the right place there, buddy.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
You.
Kamari Maxwell, great kid, knows where he wants to go. He's focused. And as Coach Hockman said, he's coached a lot of great football players. He's electrified. He can make things happen. And, when he's at the other end of those passes from Rashawn Truell, or when he hands the ball off and he's got guys up front like Mr. Brown blocking for him, you never know what this kid's going to do. And make sure you remember that name, Kamari Maxwell, because he's going to have a great season this year. 25 touchdowns. I don't put it past him. So other than that, like I said, I had to rush into the show. I was following Rubbin' and Grubbin'. They had Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s grandson, Jordan Earnhardt, which if you missed it, go to YouTube, follow Rubbin' and Grubbin', and you can check it out. Brandon Bain and the Atlanta man, and of course the OG, Lawrence Bennett, do a great job. But like I was saying before, trying to put together what's happening here in local sports. Like I said, volleyball started, softball started. Volleyball, St. Vincent's off to like 11-2 start, or 13-2 start now. Savannah Christian softball is off to a great start over there. So I'll have more information next week, and I'll make sure I have my time slots prepared right. Maybe I'll start coming on at 7:30, so I know I don't have to get pushed back by the Rubbin' and Grubbin', but they do a great job. I don't mind being part of the Coach's Corner Sports Network, and it's a lot of fun. This week's schedule, you want to catch a game, week number 2. Richmond Hill opens up at Glen Academy, down there between the bricks. Bradwell Institute, big win over Liberty County. They take over Westover. Effingham finally gets a chance to play. John Ford and those Rebels go to Houston County. New Hampstead, Savannah Christian. That's a game you're going to want to watch. That's a big one. Over there in Pula, they both call Pula Stadium their home field. It's going to be a packed house. Beach and Savannah High, 2 teams looking for their first win in a long time. Robert W. Groves, my team way back when. Can't believe it's almost over 20 years that I was the head coach at Groves High School. They take on West Lawrence. Savannah Christian, like I told you, takes on New Hampstead. I have that twice. I shouldn't have that twice. Okay, yeah, but Bryan County, great comeback win last week against Johnson. They go to Aquinas. Savannah High, like I just said, takes on Beach. Sorry, I double-typed this stuff quick so I can get something on to you tonight. St. Andrews travel to Hillsdale Prep. Memorial Day School plays their second 8-man football game against George Christian at Port Wentworth Stadium. That's right. The roaming matadors, the mad wanderers. You want to the no-mans of high school football in Savannah, Georgia for such a long time because they didn't have a home field. They'll be playing all their home games at Port Wentworth. And Bethesda, this defending Skeezer 2A champs, opens up across the river in Ridgeland against Thomas Hayward. So that's the schedule for that. There's so much going on. I really do appreciate you watching, whether it's for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. But other than that, got to thank, of course, Colby, Zach, WSAV, news sports reporter, weekend anchor, for coming on and introducing himself from Minnesota and from the University of Missouri. He's going to find out the Georgia Bulldog craze here in Savannah, Georgia. Then, of course, Kamari Maxwell, our Weatherington Chiropractic Clinic Athlete of the Week from New Hampstead High School. Thanks for him coming on. Don't forget, college football kicks off noon, 12 o'clock. Come watch it here at the Center of Sports Universe. They got a gazillion TVs. Georgia Tech taking on Florida State in Dublin, Ireland. It's going to be pretty special. Well, that's a quick, short one. Glad you could join me. Remember, please, if you can, go out there and subscribe to my YouTube channel, the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, so we get more news out there about our local kids. If you have a story, okay, you want to send it to me, let me get this right here. Oh, we got 4 comments here. The comments, I forgot about the comments. Okay, Jamel said chill B. And then we had Jamel say chill B. Then we got Jackson Brown. Oh, my G. Kamari Maxwell. And then, of course, the number 1 fan of the Karl DeMasi Sports Report, Dennis Kessler, checking in, says, I'm in the house. You have a great show and a great friend. I'd like to ask you, what should schools keep violence like happening at Calvary Day School? Keep it safe. Have a great week, and go Cavs. Dennis, all I can say is security, security, security. That's what it's got to come down to. I don't know what happened, how it started, but you know what? Who loses out on this? The football teams. What the spectators do outside the gridiron in the playing field, it's just something that we got to start to learn how to control. Who was right, who was wrong, who started, who didn't start it? Security. And I think all schools, whether it's private or public, need to take the extra steps. And I think it's going to happen more and more now that we see this, okay? It's not the football players, people. It's not the football teams. It's not the schools. It's the spectators, wherever they're coming from. So that's what I got to say, Dennis. And being a former coach, being a former athletic director, it's a shame because these kids work all year long to get a chance to play on Friday nights. And just like that, a spectator or spectators can take it away from them. All right? And the last comment we had was from Jamal. Okay? Go Phoenix. Okay? So Jamal looks like he's in his Phoenix uniform there, supporting our Weatherington Chiropractic Athlete of the Week, Kamari Maxwell. All right. I'm out of here. Hey, like I said, if you have something, you have a story, you have a player, you have a recap, please text me. 912-507-9158, 912-507-9158. It's on 24/7. Tell me you have an athlete of the week. Tell me why it's an athlete of the week. Then, of course, send me an email, kdemasi@prepsportsreport.com. That's right, prepsportsreport.com is another site that you can find more information about our kids because it happens to be my site because I've been doing it since 2000. All right, so check it out. It's on the web, prepsportsreport.com. All right, I'm rambling on here. I'm trying to fit a lot in. I'm trying to get out of here. But like I say every week, please say a prayer for this crazy world. It's just crazy. And hopefully whatever I do for 45 minutes to an hour takes your mind off of it. Whatever you can do to take your mind off it, please do. And just say a prayer for everything that's going on here. I'm not going to give you specifics, okay? And whatever you're doing today or tomorrow, always sit at the park. And until I see you next weekend, may it be your best weekend. I'm out of here. God bless. Tomorrow night, the coach is on TV, 10 o'clock on the Thursday Night Blitz, giving you my breakdown of local high school football. Peace out. God bless.